Well, good morning. How are you doing? My name is Willis Aburu. It's a beautiful Tuesday, and I hope that you are enjoying it thus far. If you're at the breakfast table, or if you're at any table, or if you're at banking hall, whatever it is you're watching, we appreciate you taking the time to watch today. And it is Tuesday. When it is Tuesday, we discuss matters, societal matters, weight issues, vitu za ku... Hapo ndo Kiswahili yangu imefika. Asante sana Rashid kwa lessons. Leo nimekuangusha. Well, we have Non-Sizzy. Ha! One try.
You get it.
Leo kwa mira next man. Non-Sizzy. Non-Sizzy, karibu sana.
Asante.
We have CJ Atemo.
How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Very well.
Yes?
Yeah.
Awesome. And we have Shatta Boy.
Ule Mudiangara.
Ule Mdiangara and a wall of a Shatta General.
Yeah, man, I give thanks, man.
And also, I believe we have DNG. Baadaye, Ajamuka. Check it, DNG skiza. Time ni 8, sawa? Yeah, call time ni 8. Anyway, we'll link up with him later. So today, we want to talk about something we're calling locks and love, as you can see over here. One of the biggest questions that we've got, even on the social media sometimes, is people suggesting we should talk about passwords. And that's why we're calling it locks and love. When or should we share at all passwords with our significant others? So here I'm talking about phone pins, passwords. Tima ashaanza kufanya hivi. Phone pins. If you're mobile banking, your PIN. If it is internet banking, your passwords, your email passwords, all of the places where you have some sort of lock. Kama ni simu iko na Face ID, unaongeza uso yake hapo pia, mnafungua wote mkiangalia. Kama ni ile ya finger, mnaongeza fingerprint, all of that. And that's the question we're asking today, so that you can also give us your feedback, is should we share our passwords or pins with our lovers? Well, I guess we'll start with how did you know I was coming to start with you?
Because I'm not in ladies first.
I was indeed coming to start with you. What do you think about the sharing of passwords and pins and everything?
What is the intention of the person, the sharer and the sharee?
Yes.
You know, so it could be, if you're doing business together, or, you know, if we have, let's say...
What about doing the business of life together?
Like I said, what is the intention?
Okay.
Because there are pros and cons.
Right.
I could share because, like, also there's someone who asked me the other day, I think it was Winnie, and I'm like, what if I die? So you just deactivate that Facebook. So you have nini ati watapigia Facebook to say walikufa. No, but also what is the intention? Because there are people that you can share your passwords with and they don't have good intentions. The minute either you have an issue or may break up, then, or, you know, just you're not getting together. No corner type bad things, you know. So if there's a pure intention about it, then I think you can, because I mean, there's so many things that we share about our lives. Why not share passwords and pins?
Yeah, there's so many other things.
There's so many other things that you share that are deeper than a password and a pin.
Well,
What are the intentions?
Okay, we'll talk about it. I'm told DNG has risen from his slumber. DNG, good morning.
Good morning to you, Bwana Willis.
Uko salama?
Chonjo kabisa bwana.
Oh, sasa naomba, kuna jamaa hapa anaitwa Daudi the Great. Daudi, niongezee speaker ya huku pia ndo nimsikie vizuri. Mungu ataendelea kukubariki. Hallelujah. Pokea hiyo. All right, DNG, we're talking about passwords today. Passwords, pins, any sort of place where you could have a pin, Face ID, fingerprints, and whether or not we should share them. What do you think about the whole issue first before I dig deeper with the questions?
It just depends what level you guys are in that relationship. Are you at elementary stage? Are you at intermediary? Or are you at long-lasting stage? Kama bwana sijatema alituambia siku 18 plus years. So kama mmezoeana, at some point, you know, you open up everything. You open up your books. You open up your passwords. You can even tell your wife to or your mama to respond to your email or just pick up that phone. Lakini kama uko elementary stage ndio mnaanza bado labda uko na mguu mmoja ndani ya relationship, mguu mwingine nje. Tricky sana. Juu hapo sasa ndio dema nataka juu, okay, who has this guy been texting? Alafu unajua wakati mwingine when your partner gets your passwords, they begin a historical analysis.
Wanakuwa TJRC.
hizo WhatsApp za 3 years ago, who was this babe? Unaanza tu kuona mtu amejam tu na hata huko anymore. Labda uliwachana na huyo mtu lakini message bado ziko, ma selfie bado ziko, hizo ma X-rated pics bado ziko. Unacheki. Ni dangerous kidogo. Lazima uko sure huyo mtu anaweza manage hii data.
All right, CJ, since you have been mentioned
adversely.
What do you think about the issue in general before you dig deeper into it?
I think it, non-Sizzy just, picked the words from my mouth.
Okay.
It all depends on why. Is it because of insecurity? Is it because you're being open with one another? Is it because I need to get to know what's going on? Motives will always determine how everything flows. So if it is out of insecurity, you can give somebody your password, you can give them all of that, but still have something else somewhere that is hidden from them, because passwords do not ensure good behavior. Just because you have the password to my phone does not mean that now I am acting right, just because you don't find any text there. I could as well just play it. You having access to my account does not mean that you know everything concerning my finances. I could still play you around there. I could show you one bank account and then still have money in a very different...
two others.
Yeah.
Including the Cayman Islands.
So the whole thing, for me, is beyond the passwords.
Right.
It is about how open are you in the relationship. To the point where you could have somebody's password, but you really never need to use it because the information you'd want to look for comes involuntarily.
All right, and I'll take you up on that.
Or rather voluntarily.
Information is, I'll take you up on that. Shatter boy.
Yeah, man.
What do you think about the thing?
Pini yako siri yako.
Just
like that. No, let me tell you something, man. Hakuna wewe kana pini yako, kana password zako. Just be with your thing, man. Hiyo ni kujitafutia tu shida. Hiyo ni ukweli. Hata useme ati intention nini, hiyo it is a recipe for chaos. It will happen one day. Sawa sawa.
Yes.
Sasa ku avoid too, just don't do it. Sawa sawa.
Yes.
It is said a wise person learns from other people's mistakes, but a fool from their own. We have seen it happen. The best thing.
Chaos
Don't be the fool. Don't be the fool.
Shatter.
Whether
you share the pin or not.
Let the chaos be. Let the chaos be from other things, not from my pin. I did not give you ammunition to attack me.
Yeah, they say that sometimes the person you take a bullet for ends up being the one on the other side of the gun.
Yeah, man.
But Willis, however careful you are, if you're not dealing straight, however careful you are, you'll be caught somewhere along the line.
What about these people, CJ, who, to say, may God forbid, somebody dies, and then that day, ndo bibi sasa naona, watu sasa wanakuja kama 3, 4, 5, as much as men wanamianga, hawawezi. Some of them are sleep, kwanza the wazes.
I think it is, no, I think the signs are usually there. I think the signs are usually there, but sometimes people are in denial. Because by the time somebody is taking care of another family, there will be moments when he's unavailable. There'll be moments when he cannot explain his absence, his dealings. There'll be certain pressure that does not come from this house where he needs to get money and take care of another family somewhere. There'll be a lot of things that cannot be explained. But then you just decide to be in denial and think, well, it's his life. The signs will always be there. You cannot pretend around somebody for too long.
All right, so then that question comes, Agnes.
Yes.
When you have your partner's password, right?
Yeah.
Na amekuambia, for example, Ashata said, or I know it was CJ or somebody said, or DNG, nani ana text, nijibie mwambie, I'll call him back, I'm driving.
Yeah.
So ukifungua useme call him back driving. Is that all you'll do? Ama utafanya SWOT analysis?
First of all.
Utaangalia strengths, weaknesses, nini? Are you going to scream through?
First of all, I don't have to text. Kama atampigia, it's okay.
No, tuseme simu, we are driving. Simu ilia, kwambie ni nani, kata mwambie na mcall.
That's okay. I'll do that. Because let me tell you, whatever you're looking for, you will find. Kenya unatafuta, because if you go looking, and let me tell you, because most of the time we go looking because you're suspecting something and there's a problem with the trust issues. if you go looking for something, no matter how minimal, you will find it. Especially women, we have a way of turning small thing into a whole mountain. Oh, nini kukaenda kukakua. So
hiyo nimeendorse.
Yeah, don't go looking.
Unauliza mtu, what are we doing on Thursday? Sasa hiyo nimetumia mtu text tuseme kama producer wetu, what are we doing on Thursday? Mtu apate kwa simu yangu asema bas, wewe na Winnie mnafanya nini hiyo Thursday?
Whatever you're looking for, you will find. And I've remembered this meme of this man who's in the hospital and then ako kwa ICU then simu iko na wife.
And resurrect Lazarus. Come forth.
It doesn't have to be that bad.
Yes.
We've seen scenarios of people umelala, you've come from Dunda, then kidole inachukuliwa inawekwa. Why should we go to that extent? Surely if it's that bad, so just walk, jikate tu nani baba nani mama nani. It's not that serious.
It's not that serious. DNG, you mentioned something there about timings. Ulisema kwamba it depends on the stage or the time where you guys are. Introduction, one foot out the door, intermediary, and long-lasting, also known as the CJ phase. Would you, you know, is there really a timing on this thing? Because unaweza kuwa kwa intermediate, unadhani sasa ni huyu, alafu life happens. What do you think?
It's risky. You know, I like what Shatabu was saying, bana pinyako siri yako kwa sababu it's a security feature. You must safeguard your personal security first before anybody else and before you do anything else. The problem with the women, as Nonsizi has said, is that wamejipea cheo za kama watu kama DCI, CID, NIS, CIA, FBI na MI6. So ni watu wapelelezi, you know,
MI6.
Wanataka kujua okay, huyu alitoka wapi, amefanya nini, ametext nani, amepatana na nani, wanaangalia history ya location, wanaangalia calendar. Hey, these people have a lot of time on their hands bana. Kwa hivyo kwa ndugu wote ambao wanawatch issue, whether you're in intermediary, elementary level or ile senior citizen level, huacha bibi yako kuwe busy, patie shughuli mingi, watoto nini, asikupa wakati wa kuangalia simu yako, email yako, SMS. Tu enyewe as imesemwa leo, if somebody is looking for problems, they will find the problems. The power of attraction. Hata saa zingine wewe ndio utakuwa na set chali yako kwa temptations, utakuwa na set chali yako kwa traps na bumps na potholes. Shindo hiyo tabia mbaya sana.
So there are different aspects to this. Kuna hiyo sini yako whatever sini yako pin yako siri yako when it comes to, you know, there's a financial peer aspect. So I'm talking about the mobile monies and the bank accounts. Then kuna general access to the phone. Then there's social media. So let's talk about social media. Unaweza patia mshi wako pin yako ya Facebook, ya Instagram, the Twitters and hizo zingine zote.
Kama ni fan page sawa. Nampea Iran.
Yeye na Iran.
Iran tu kama ni fan page.
Na personal?
Hiyo ulisikia wapi?
Mbona?
Utapata mtu aliku-DM na amejibiwa.
Na nani?
Sina mwenye ulipea password. Kwani ulimpea password yuko screen saver?
Oh, okay.
Mtu atakutext na ajibiwe. Probably utapata ni maybe ni girl child amekutext. Maybe akona deal tu ya biashara. But vile ameanza kwanza atakuwa best ndio akuambie, si ndio? But vile tu ameanza amepigwa stopper. So hata akienda kwenye ushata, mbona alinijibu vibaya hivyo? Hata kujua nataka nini, una get? But mwenye na pia uta blame dem yako akijibu hivyo. Juu pia yako na emotions, alijibu na emotions. Sasa wewe nimekuambia that is ammunition you're giving someone. Unaji waste. Kuna vitu tu wewe sasa inamsaidia na nini akiwa nayo? What is it adding into the relationship?
Si ajue mko open, there is no
kama mimi kumwambia itoshi, hata kumuonesha still haisaidii. I don't need to bring, you know, ukiandika composition ulikuwa namba uongeze misamiati to make it decorative
language.
Why should I decorate our trust? Kama nimekuambia na uamini haiko. Sasa kuongezea za huku nje, sasa hiyo ni ubomu.
And also I guess we can also see if I don't know kama Joe ulipata the question of the day, so you can remind the viewers what we are asking so that they can also give us their feedback and their views on the hashtag Daybreak and on 22422. Beg your pardon. It is, you know, should we share our passwords with our lovers? Should we unacheka DNG?
So, there's something DNG said.
Should we share? Hold on. Should we share our personal or lovers? The hashtag to use is Daybreak. The SMS line is 22422. Yes.
DNG said that women they're inquisitive. Yes, you should be.
Right.
But not to an extent of it becoming harmful. Please ask questions. Like CJ said here, if
there's always a sign.
Yeah, there's always a sign. If you see them, ask questions. Because most of the time you find yourselves in a situation and you're like, "Namona sikuongea hiyo siku." And there's a day you did this, and there's a day you did that. I'm not saying you go dig deeper into those menial things. Let me tell you, nobody in this world, hakati yangwi, even CJ who is in
the pulpit.
advanced.
Hallelujah.
Kuna mtu anaona mahali
Anasema tu, "Hey, man of God."
But how you respond to it, even all of us when we are walking here, we are seeing something nice. It's not that we don't see, but do you act on it? How do you respond to that text that was sent? How do you respond to it? That's the thing. Because you see, people will always be there. They'll do things, but if you allow them, then that's the problem. So women ask questions. If you see a red flag, ask questions. But there's some other things that I call petty. Like me, how at hi, you're beautiful, thank you. Let's tusonge mbele kama injiri, my friend. Tuende tukiendanga. It's good to appreciate God's creature. That is it. Tumefika hapo.
You're beautiful, asante.
Asante.
Tuonane.
Tukiendanga kama injili.
Eni.
Unaona hiyo kitu unasema ati it depends vile umejibu text.
Yeah.
Being nice is relative. Kuna venye mimi najibu
No,
text.
this being professional.
No,
also.
yes, there's a way I'd answer a text thinking I'm professional.
Because also
But
the tone of the text is often
yes,
misinterpreted.
Exactly. Yeah. Mimi I'd think I'm being professional, but you think I'm being seductive. I'm seducing that person, yet mimi na feel niko professional na yeye. Juu biashara naongea na yeye na upole.
The issue that Shatterboy is raising is an issue that goes even into whether couples can work together.
Work in terms of in the same place?
Yes, okay. Like whether they can run a business together, whether they can be in the same office, because you'll face the same issues. Like, so you've got this either a client or you have an employee who probably deals more with one person. How does the other partner behave? Will they feel like I need to sack this person, I need to block their access? So it's a whole issue again now of insecurity and security that people have. If you can't work with your spouse, then don't let them get into your password stuff. Because they may, what he raised up, they may interfere with things like just business, things that are just normal. Some people, their normal language will even be when they're texting you, Willis, you have nothing with them, they'll be coming in like, hi, love.
Hi, hon.
Yeah.
Hi, sweetie.
And see how Nancy acted. They flirt with nearly everybody.
That's so true, by the way.
That is just their nature. It doesn't mean that they have anything with
That's
Willis.
true.
But then if you have a partner who cannot handle that, they will start thinking there's something going on with the two of you.
Sasa watu wa high love na ni biashara unaleta. Sasa shida kwa.
No, ni language.
Communication.
Ni communication. Let me tell you. What if that is your bringing. Kama hujazoea sweetie, basi move step.
Imagine we are in Africa.
How many times have we talked?
Can we do business in Africa?
How many times have we talked here about how you are bringing matters? Mama yako na baba yako waitwangi hata sweetie baby. Unaona ule siku hizi mtoto anaita mama yake baby. Babe. DNG. Let's jump into the financial bit. People say, you know, that sometimes it is good to share information, be open about your finances, because especially Kanairo maze, mtu anaweza kuwa kumbe ni gari aliomba, luku ni ya Mwaniki, vile tu nani alisema meja, keja uliomba jirani, gari sijui ni nani, unalipiwa nyumba Roaka, but you portray this certain image, kumbe jamaa you're dealing with a bankrupt guy, na ujui. What do you think when it comes to finances and sharing the passwords and stuff, what is the level and what's the limit?
I think with finances, it's extremely technical and tricky, because if your relationship is not serious, then why are you sharing your financial status with this person? I think financial conversations should happen when the relationship is serious. Like, for example, if you're living with somebody, you're starting a family, you have a kid, you know, that's an opportunity to share your finances with them, because now you're building a family together for the long term. You know, it's not a short term conversation, right? And that's the point where, you talk about things like mortgages, buying a house, moving to a better place, a bigger place, education, medical, and things like that. I don't think you have to give someone your password for you to have that financial conversation. I think you can still retain your documents, how you like to file them and all that. You don't have to give them that kind of access, but I think that it's healthy to have a conversation about some of these things. Even by the time a woman is complaining about she wants your password to say Facebook or your phone, it's because of insecurity, as someone has said earlier. And I think relationships also need a bit of transparency and communication, if it's a serious relationship, right? And kama ni hizi tu dem anakuja temporarily ana squat kwa hao Saturday Sunday amerudi kwake, hizo haufai temporary, unacheki zinapita pita tu, lakini kama ni mtu serious, then you can have now open conversations about this.
All right, yo kusquat kwa hao ni tricky day. Let's take a look at some of your feedback. We have some tweets here for you. Let's get a look at some tweets here and see what you guys are talking about. This is King Africa. Says it all depends on the honesty and reasons. If I'm married to her, I'll always give her all my passwords. And they are watching from Kitale. Biggie says this is the same as sharing your Twitter handles and DM access. It should be forbidden. Martin _ Perez, kila mtu akae na pini yake. Willis, I have said this to many. Nowadays, watu wanakosana juu ya nimesoma text WhatsApp, nimeona hii text. Ama nimesoma text WhatsApp, nimeona hii text. It could be male or female. Financial security, you can share, but please, social media and personal, these will always end up in the wrong. Hiyo kitu ni time bomb. Lina Shega says, that's impossible. Pensive face. Yani America hata how he is looking. We don't trust those lovers fully. Caroline says there is no problem with that, though I don't see the reason why someone needs to access other person's accounts. Butungwatu Aliverson says, yes, I can share as long as we do partner in all daily businesses. Nyaenogu Nyamira, present. Kipto Taita says it depends with the intention of both partners and their honesty and faithfulness. Ivan Avugui says, for me, maybe nitavana pin ya phone number 2, but hii simu nyingine italeta makasiriko kidogo. Mtu amesema kitu interesting hapa, anasema faithfulness, it is a measure. Shata, does sharing my password with you mean I am completely faithful?
No. Inamaanisha tu niko na ubongo. Ubombo. Inamaanisha sijina.
Na unywinywi.
Unajieka ndani ya ngori ukiona. Una for example hiyo ya bank accounts. First of all, inafaa kufikia level kwanza mademo wajue pia wanafaa provide in some instances. Alafu jiambie leo umepea bibi yako password yako ya bank, so anajua balance yako, si ndio? Alafu ukienda home anapata umetoa kama 20,000 na ujemo explainia ni nini. Probably umetuma home, maybe your young siblings wana need school fees, umetuma, si ndio? Wewe feel yeye pia atakuwa na pressure kuambia utume do kwao
sasa on the other side.
Yes.
Due to the left hand and the right hand.
Si ndio? Si unatuma kwenye unafaa utume kwao, si ndio? Na wewe juu unataka peace, kama already ushampea password, utafanya nini?
Utatoa another 20
utume, si ndio? Huko kwao kuna mabrother, si ndio? Pia wanatuma do kwao, si ndio? Sasa wewe umeona hiyo ngori pale imeingilia.
This African setup is very complicated.
As long as
I feel like this is black tax.
This is
we are endorsing
Africa.
Black tax.
Yes, and this is Africa. And the African nature is that wewe ukiomoka, you have to take care of the family.
No, you don't.
It is the truth. That is Africa for you. Kijana akiomoka lazima ashughulikie familia yao. True or false? Na usiposhughulikia utaitwa mpaka my friend utaenda kuombewa
kwa kanisa. It's debatable, imagine.
In Africa.
I know what you're talking about.
I am an African boy. I will tell you. And you're an African girl. Thank you. Now the African, let me tell you.
Myself in Nairobi so that I can document for guys in China.
But you're an African girl. There is no pressure on you for that.
My friend.
There is no pressure on you for that. But for me, as an African boy, come on and make it up in Nairobi, it should reflect to Shago. That is the truth. And if it does not, they will say nimepotea.
I think it all comes back to...
Yes.
I still think it comes back to how the two of you agree. Because I would have an issue even with the fact that if you're supporting your family, why should it be hidden? Because this other person should be aware. This is the situation you are in. And even when they're getting in to get married to you or to relate with you or something, if you're taking care of your siblings, that is something that should be discussed right from the onset, so that it doesn't raise an issue later on. If they can handle that, then that's good enough.
And if they can't?
If they cannot handle that, that's an issue that then you should decide whether you still want to have them or
want
not.
them in your life or
because
not.
that's a very key aspect. No. You see, Shataboy, now those are key things to talk about because they're going to become very contentious issues in a marriage or a relationship when it comes to finances. So somebody needs to know, look, I take care of my old folk and I take care of my siblings because there's nobody else who's over there, so my finances are tied up in this way. So that when she does not have the money that she requires from you or she needs from you, she doesn't think you're spending it on a side chick or somebody else. She doesn't think that she is not being treated well, or she doesn't raise the competition that you're taking care of your people and you're not taking care of mine. Those are situations that should be discussed, just like medical situations. Like if somebody is coming into a marriage, they have this condition, it is important for them to discuss it so that the other person will not get in and later on blame you that you never talked about it.
DNG, have you seen a raft of the text there? But maybe before we go to the...
But I hear what you're talking
the text, yes. What would you say to what Shataboy amesema, especially your mambo ya, and what Nonsense is calling black tax and the openness in that regard?
Yeah, black tax is a reality. It happens for some families. Not all families are the same, but yeah, there's some families where you need to contribute and help. And if you're well endowed and if you're doing well financially, there's no reason why you shouldn't help. Yani help peeps, man. Say, me, I'm all for that. Hustle yako, yendele saidia wase, wase pale unaweza. But I think what is coming out as critical is openness. And when you're open with your partner, well, a lot of these problems, do not exist. A lot of these challenges are dealt with. The problem starts when unaanza kuficha, either unaficha dem fulani ama unaficha do fulani ama unaficha bis fulani ama unaficha, yani hizo uongo ndio zinaletanga shida, especially once this other party finds out that kuna kitu ilifichwa na sikuambiwa, it becomes a whole problem. So you'd rather just be open, as CJ is saying, with whatever situation you're in, whether it's a good one or a bad one. Sema tu ukweli, Biblia inasema the truth shall
set rich, brother DNG.
The thing about this as well, and I'll ask again, CJ, now I've asked Shataboy, is there are people who are probably watching right now, and they're in that situation. Now, since we are talking about whether we share or not, kwa shida wameshare. Some wameshare na wako sawa. Some wameshare na wako kwa shida. So let's try and talk about those who wameshare na wako na shida. Those who are trying to explain that, you know what, even if I share the password, it doesn't necessarily mean niko ital. Naweza kuwa na simu nyingine. I could have a secret bank account. I could have a pseudo account. Yeah, you could be dealing with for sasa kama mimi na sisi hapa ni ngumu tuficha hata DNG, ati kuna DNG alafu kuna DNG2. It is difficult. But for those who are having the issue and probably they're right now facing problems because of what was seen or heard, or they've even had to stop certain things, say maybe they were pushing a certain business and then because of flirtatious looking text, sasa that business has to stop. Na pesa income sasa imesimama. What do you do in such a situation where the problem is because you shared willingly, the intention was pure, but then things happen?
I think the responsibility as well is on the person that is given access. When somebody trusts you, you have to understand that it is not just access they've given you to information or space. They have also put a responsibility on you that you have to act in a certain way based on the info they've given you. They could have refused, or they could have given that info to anybody else. If I give you my ATM card and I give you the PIN, the responsibility is on you on how well will you behave with that. Do you just go and take money and spend it? So the responsibility is on you as well. Anybody who's watching who has been given access to anybody's information must know they have been trusted. And if you've been trusted, you have to act trustworthy. Act at the level of the person who gave you that information. Don't misuse it. Don't abuse it. Probably sometimes if you need something, still ask, even if you have access. Still ask and say, I would like to get some money. Is it okay for me to go and get this money from your account? Still ask and say, there's somebody who texted you, I'm not very sure, that text looks in a certain way. Then let that person respond to the text, not you coming in over there with your emotions and beginning to respond, you know, because this
Or
person...
blocking people.
Yeah, because... So if somebody has trusted you, act like somebody who can be trusted. That's what I say.
Right. Since what do you think? Because as Shatta said, that's what normally wanaume wanasema we ukiwapata wakiongea wanasema guy hati demu yako kana password simu yangu mimi siwezi.
Yeah.
Mimi siwezi. So what could be your advice to women?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First of all, like, I'll have to start with what CJ said.
Right.
If you are not ready to, I don't know, I remember CJ or DNG, to have yourself, because there's a vulnerability that comes with such spaces.
Okay.
It could be what you know, and sometimes you don't need to be keen all the time. You could do things and you don't even check. But if you're at a space where you feel like, because like most guys do businesses together. Social media nowadays is a business. We are having couple goals. We're having marriage works. We're having everything. And I could be far. I've been in a situation where I need to upload something. I mean, sijui Oloi Tok or where, no Wi-Fi. No Wi-Fi, no nothing, no power. You know, I could have an email that I cannot be able to respond. If it's for a good cause, then please go right ahead and share. There will be challenges that will come with it, especially before you guys stabilize. There will be questions, but it's how you handle it. So, first of all, those things need maturity. They need a certain level of sanity and maturity, because the minute you start pouring emotions on socials, my friend, the internet is unforgiving. For finances, sometimes women or the other partner, I'm not saying necessarily women, the other partner could be a better money manager. Again, sit down and discuss amongst yourself. Who is a better money manager? Who will have chances of us increasing whatever, any investment, whatnot? If that is true, by the way, and we have seen people who are gone far because they've merged their whatevers and their strengths and their weaknesses. So decide, to each their own. It's different for everyone. Yeah, that's what I can say.
Shatta unatingiza kichwa, and maybe you are representing the views of the gentleman here who has refused to be named.
Yes. Cheki, please don't share your passwords. Just don't. It is chaos you are creating for yourself. Acha nikwambie kitu. Na mimi naongelea boy child. An African boy child. I keep saying that. Watu waelewe. Huko Europe sijui kuna ishingi aje. Si ndio, na sijui America kuna. But Africa, as it stands, leo nikiambia demu yangu anipatie password yake ya bank na ya simu, ataanza kuna nikiwa insecure. Ataona nataka. That is the reality kwa ground. There is what we think is ideal. Is what we think is ideal.
The people who have shared.
You see, kuna what we think should happen vile wanasema, which would be beautiful. You see, but as it stands right now, hatuko hapo. Where we are ni ati mimi nijitisha demu yangu password ya banki yake, atafina nataka kuchukua do yake. Nataka kumrusha do yake.
Sasa kuna wengine wanaambiangwa lazima kama mwanamke ukae na pesa yako.
Exactly.
Kakidoka utatoka na nini?
Another thing.
But it's true, that one is
still okay. Aya, percentage ya ku provide in Africa, actually in Kenya. Na kina provide more percentage estimate is men, si ndio? Why probably maybe wengi ndio walikuwa na job, but pia juu wamegrow kimbao ndio nafaa provide, si ndio? Therefore, huyu msee kitu ya kwanza unafaa kwa familia yako ni watu wa relax. Wajue things are good. If my lady thinks sina do, alafu nimeenda nimekam na kitu kwa maybe nimeenda by present nimeleta, and she knows niko na 10,000 kwa account. Nimeenda nimebuy kitu ya 8,000 yenye sio mtu yeye ana need tu, but sio necessity. Unafikiri atafurahi? Hata za kuniambia huu unaona tu na do, unaenda kubuy bike. Nini mbaya na wewe? Sasa it is making sure wako poa. Wewe unajua ni kuna biashara nimepiga na wili sitaniletea do kesho. You don't need to start explaining every business you're doing out there. Sawa. You go bring it, unaiweka hapo. Ile siku need kitu wanatudo imekama. Hapo umeprovide kama mwanaume na umerelax. Lakini the moment umesema sacha nikupepata password yangu, ni vita umeanza bro. Ile siku umetoka sawa moja hapo unaja explain, uta explain. So unashinda maisha ya kutafuta do na ku-explain. Kutafuta do ku-explain.
Seriously?
Wachana nayo. Just keep your password na yake na muridhike na hiyo. What do provide?
What do you think about on the flip side? Because by the way, whenever we talk about this conversation of sharing passwords, somehow it's always skewed towards the men.
The man.
Yeah, wanasema men, we share, yes, lazima nikuwe na pin ya simu ya bwana yangu ama boyfriend yangu ama my lover. What do you think should the converse or the reverse in terms of when it's the lady? What do you think about that?
Reverse ni dangerous kuruka. Dangerous. Au madem ukiangalia simu za madem akiwilis unaweza lia. Hadi sasa uende upate simu ya wife yako anze kuangalia ama demu yako cheki jana nani. Wanakuanga na I don't know what it is but ni kama siafu. Wanaume ni kama siafu wamejaa. Johnny hi Omosh hi Kipto hey. Mwingine ametuma do mwingine ay. Out them. But the way it's so crazy, I don't understand, man. Women are always complaining, men, oh, you're flirting. The women, man, the way they are receiving the data, it's so much. It's like Safaricom. Message tu zinapita. But yo, inalipitianga wanaume, inalipitianga. Ukumbuke ule socialite siku moja, there's one of the socialites, sijui kama nafaa kumtaja, acha nicheze chini. Kuna socialite moja alikuwa anafanya business na chali yake. Chali yake ndio alikuwa photographer. Sawa. So yeye ndio alikuwa na upload mapicha zake IG. Kitu recent. Wenye walikosana. Unaenda kwa page yote hakuna picha hata moja zote. Delete. You know what I mean? So wanaume hatufai kujiingiza kwa pressure hizi. I think kama ule chali wa huo social like aliingia akaona sijui msee ametuma 5000 USD. Ikaisha hapo ile relationship.
It's crazy. Should they share before I go to CJ? Do you think women should share?
Me, I still stand. What's the motive? And I say,
what would be the motive?
Like you see, for example, if you are in business together, but again, by the time both of you are in
business together, photographer na
in its sanity and maturity, first of all, so that even when you kosana, no, it doesn't have to spill out there. It doesn't have to. You don't have to delete the photos. You don't have to do nothing. So be sane, be mature about it, so that once shit hits the fan, if I may say, then you're okay. You will sit down.
Do you know emotions can restore you to factory settings?
They can, yes, but that's why you should have emotional intelligence.
Sasa hiyo unaona hiyo intelligence. Emotions are not intelligent. You see, you can't bring intelligence to emotions. You might have them, but you don't know what your emotions will take you to the extent they'll take you to. Today, you could be very okay with my passwords and everything as my girlfriend. Then tomorrow, you see nimetumia dem do. You will forget everything about that intelligence you're talking about. It is your emotions that will start running you before urudi kuwa sober, like what am I doing? Ushafanya.
Okay, it's debatable, but what is the motive?
What are the I mean, you mentioned business.
Yes.
You mentioned business,
yeah.
But I'd like to know, maybe even from CJ, what else could be something that would qualify as a motive?
I think it's a matter of the understanding of the two of you, because all the issues these two guys are having here, and they always act like a couple size.
Unaangalia like, listen, children, come on.
But all the issues that they raise, again, have personality plays a role.
Right.
Maturity, like Nonsense said, plays a role. Trust plays a role. If you have had issues before, somebody might have a basis of reacting the way they are reacting right now, because probably something has happened before.
That's right.
All of these things that we see in life, they have a certain basis. So if something was not nipped in the bud, it could flare up later on. this information, I don't know why Shatta keeps on feeling like when you send money anywhere, it should not be known. I think if you're in my life, well, I've been a boy child longer than you. Because he tries on.
And an African one.
And an African one. But you see, it's not like we're European men. we just African men as well who deal with the same issues. And I'll give an example. Like, I do a lot of stuff for my family. I do a lot of stuff for my family, all the way to my grandmother. But my wife is in the loop, so that it is not something that somebody will find out another day and realize that you've been sending money on this side, so I also need to be taking my money to this other side. It depends on how the two of you are. It depends on how you have explained the stage you are at. If you don't have money, let the other person know we're not in a good place right now, and so there are certain things we will not be able to do. Let's talk about priorities. Is the priority us? Is it the in-law there who's going through something? Is it a medical case? Are your siblings manipulating you? Because again, that is a possibility, and maybe your wife may be seeing the manipulation from your siblings or the people from your side, and they would help you. I don't think that people should be in a relationship when they feel they're in competition with one another. They should be in a relationship as a team.
Yeah, collaboration.
Not this thing of we versus them every day, because then with that, you're going to have a lot of issues. So whether it is you're sending money out, I mean, just let it be known that there's something that I need to help in. There's something, even if you don't give all the details, but just say, you know, there's somebody that I'd committed to support and something, so I need to do that. I've got some commitments, so that you do not break the trust. The issue will be the trust. When that thing is found out, the trust. So then you'll start having people who are snooping over your stuff because they feel, what else don't I know? You know.
What else are you hiding?
Yeah.
We have some tweets, some feedback as well. Let's take a look at that and see what
But
the
Shatta,
people...
I'm a boy child too.
It's a more life thing, eh? Kipsi Maradi says, Pinyako, Siriako, Kabarak University main campus, following the program. A big shout out to Wasewa Kabarak. Eugene Wang's partners need to understand that when they're in relationships, external forces will always be there, and how to handle it will matter. Passwords or no passwords won't matter. Kama tu kuenda VCT kila siku, kile unatafuta utapata. Face the tears of joy, work on your trust issues and responsibilities, beg your pardon. Someone Piator says, for couples who do not trust each other, it is okay, but it will be a non-issue for faithfully wedded families.
Come on.
All right. Laban Mungnya says, Ngumu Bwana Willis Bwana. I don't trust my contacts with my wife. Yeah? Contacts, yata texts, yeah, ni contacts. Samuel Rioba says we have different levels of access, and this comes with responsibility. There are areas you can open up to your partner and areas you can restrict for his or her own good. Hiyo ni mwisho. Okay, so kuna areas ya kurestrict hapo hivyo. DNG, umesikia huyu anasema hata contact list ataki, anaweza pata hapo na ya DNG, ampigie simu, aanze kumuitisha videos. Unaona aje story?
Buda ni noma manze, contacts hatari. Kwanza siku hizi watu wanajifanya ati ni aje mimi ni msanii, come manage me. It's a trap.
Unachoma.
It's a trap, really, it's a trap.
Umeongea ukweli sana hapo.
Na shout.
Volume iko sawa.
I need a manager. Can we have lunch?
Anasema I need a manager, but I need someone to manage her. Hapo ndo inakuanga shida.
Can I tell you a testimony, Willis?
Yes.
Once nilikuwa na dem fulani, sawa? Na nimependa hiyo point ya nonsense ya sanity. These stories are insane, bro. Sasa tumeshifiti maisha yanaenda fiti. Sasa vile tulikosana, I used to have this tab and I still have this tab till today, man. The tab yangu original nilibuy siku ya kwanza vile nilianza kwa MC wa corporate, man. Una check?
Yeah, man.
Yo tab nimesync, man. Email nini? Yani ni tab yangu ya job. Hata haina maskandal. Sasa vile tulikosana yani. Ude mnajua lidu nini? Willis alikam akadelete contacts zangu zote from A to Z, 1 to 0. Imagine. Sasa ni kuanza Google nini? Google reset. Alafu ni contact za maana za waheshimiwa, magavana.
Magavana.
Maclient. Nilisikia ameniweka chini amenirudisha zero. Hawa tu ni insane bro. Kuchunga sana kuna nani kwao.
I think that happens on either side. We should not just demonize the ladies. There are men who go crazy as well.
Kama ule mwenye delete mapicha.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's a man.
I mean,
So
Bring it down to what?
let's not.
Emotions.
Yeah, so we can stereotype.
Emotions, I was saying. They will bring you
But
back
then
to
how
back
do
on
you
settings.
measure emotions? You can't know na Rudon since anaongea hapa vizuri saa hii.
Yes.
Ukitoka tutamwona hapo online, utasikia hapo ameweka
Ulisikia wapi?
ameweka hapo online amesema enough details at 8 p.m.
Nazianza kutiririka.
I'm going live.
I'm going.
I think
Hiyo
both men.
nakwambia, in this life, kiukweli tu, there is no constant in life.
That's
It's
true.
just time, just that we don't know. Time ndio the only constant thing. Vile tu watu wajuagi. Vile niko leo, you're not sure I'll be like that tomorrow.
That's
You
true.
see,
That's
vile wewe uko leo, siko
And
sure
for
utakuwa
once
hivyo
we agree.
kesho. Unaget? Sasa, why would I entrust my, you see, you could be in my life today, and
Kesho
tomorrow
uko.
you're not. You're with someone else. Sindio? Now why would I endanger the thing that I will remain with once you're not in my life?
Life is a risk, man.
I will remain with my life. when
DJ
you're not in
alisema
my
risky.
life.
David pia alisema risky. Risky.
Life
Everybody
is a risk.
Sasa you just weigh your
Calculated risk.
Calculate your risk. If you think it's worth the risk, then do it. Utaanzia zero kama DNG.
Tumeanza
logic.
scratch in life. Tutaanza tena.
The logic is good. The logic is good, and then it aligns with what DNG said. Like, what stage are you at in the relationship?
Elementary.
Yeah, because you don't want to bring everything out to this
To us.
person, then they leave.
Is there a time? Is there like after 2 years in marriage?
Hey,
After
No, no, no.
music, like,
There's no
please unleash
timeline.
everything. I know what I'm getting.
There's no timeline. It's just that as you grow together, then you keep on realizing they could handle this. So you just keep on growing the responsibility that you can add to this person. If they can manage this level, then probably they can manage another level. But that has got to be in bits.
Someone become a job.
Same
Ukifika
way.
hapo unapromotiwa.
But it's a whole relationship. You're getting to know each other, you know. Same way with whether you had issues from your past that you needed to talk about, issues about you cannot be on the first date and you drop everything over there.
Bombshell.
Yeah, you've got to give it in doses that these people, you know, somebody can handle. But away from even things like the phones, the emotional reactions we are scared of, they happen even in offices. You'll find a spouse or a girlfriend, a boyfriend, coming to your workplace and creating trouble
Tommy.
over there. Totally. So that thing has nothing to do with the phone, the bank account. It has everything to do with the sanity of the person you're relating with. Because I know cases where, I know a case where somebody just woke up in the morning and the wife had slashed the tires of the car in the morning so that he doesn't go anywhere. This has nothing to do with a phone, a password or something, just their own issues. Like you keep on waking up and going out, you come back late, slash the tires. You'll hear all kinds of crazy situations that, you know, so it has nothing really, the phone or the password
passwords.
just triggers something that is in this person. It has everything to do with the sanity
But
of the person.
those are only things that you can find once you settle. You can find out once you settle with someone, by the way.
Some of them,
Yeah,
yes,
until you
unfortunately.
trigger them, until something happens, I don't think you can know.
Yes, well, unfortunately, our time is up, but there's been oozing wisdom throughout, so I guess we can end it there. I'd like to say a big thank you to DNG, Non-CZ, Shatta Boy,
Yeah, man.
CJ Atemo, at DNG Kenya, Non-CZ, Agnes and Agnes.
Yeah.
Hatuko
wengi, tuko tu wawili.
Non-CZ ni tu moja.
Ni wawili.
Utatafuta.
I have a cousin.
You have a
as well.
cousin?
Yes, who has the same name.
Okay, very
Yeah.
good. Hallelujah. At Shatta Boy, at Shatta_boy, or at Shatta Tikitaka, at CJ Atemo across all platforms at DNG Kenya, because alisema huyo msidelete contact zake tafadhali tena. Wacha abaki tu DNG Kenya. Asante sana, and of course, the reason why we discuss some of these things is just to set it up sometimes for you to have the discussions yourself, Or if you can pick 1 or 2, 3 things, then for us here, our work will be done. At the end of the day, as I think Nonsizi mentioned, it is a case-by-case basis. Kila mtu akona constitution yao. Find what works for you and work it. Doesn't mean kama Shata amesema African child, sasa ufuate hiyo, but ukitaka pia, fuata. If it's elementary, whatever, school, muko the CJ years, pia, fuata. It all depends on what you decide, because at the end of the day, muko wangape mbekse. Ni nyinyi wawili mnajua where the shoe fits or where the shoe hurts. Every problem has an expiry date. God loves you and that will never change. Have a wonderful day.